Welcome to the bonus topic. This is the bonus topic intro song. Yeah. Okay. Gotta keep on working on that. We're at the bonus topic. We're with Rick Friedman. We're talking about photography as entertainment. So specifically, photography in the form of a TV show. Now, there's a couple out there. In fact, one of our former panelists, Justin Mott, is actually, I think he's done filming, or he's finishing up a show in Asia where he lives. So I'd be very curious to see how that show turns out. But the show I want to talk about that recently read about is called Master of Photography, and it's a major new photo competition according to Petapixel that is going to be 8 episodes long, 8 weeks long, and feature 12 contestants, all vying for a €150 prize. Apparently, it's the largest ever offered for a European photo contest. So that's pretty cool, and it's garnering some pretty prestigious people in the name of photography who are competing, and it looks pretty interesting. I've never really watched a photo show or a photo competition show, I would say, for longer than a few minutes, just because I don't know, I don't watch TV that much. But what do you guys think of this? Have you watched these types of photo shows before? These competition shows? Is this something you are looking forward to watching? Would you compete in one of these if you had the opportunity? What's your guys' takes on this?
My opinion, yeah, I'm sure I'll watch it. I'm sure there's something I can learn. There's some amazing people on this show, and with photographers, one of the great things about it is you never stop learning.
Right.
I was saying, the day you think you're really good is the day you're kind of screwed because somebody will blow by you. Yeah. So, I think it's great. I mean, I used to like to watch some of the fashion TV shows. Not that I cared as much about the fashion, but I loved watching the photographers and how they work in those situations, be it in the studio or on location. And this show, what little I know about it, I have to admit, but just reading the names of some of the photographers, there are some amazing people.
Who are some of the names that you recognize that people who may not know should know, and why should they know them? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Alex Webb, for one.
Alex Webb. Okay.
Yeah, most of the folks, I didn't know until I looked them up, but a few of them I did. And I know there are a couple of these other shows that have gone into production. I don't know if they're in production at the moment, but in talking to photographers, mostly fashion people, I know there are a couple of these shows that are in production. And one of the things I never understood, why are there so many lawyer and doctor shows on TV and no shows about photojournalists? I mean, I think we're way more interesting than a bunch of lawyers.
Well, there is a movie that apparently is coming out or being worked on, which is supposed to be a pretty high-profile movie about a war photographer.
Well, have you seen James Knockway's movie, which he did a number of years ago? Which is a phenomenal movie, a documentary on the way Knockway works. And, I mean, a lot of it he shot by just, mounting a separate video camera on top of his Canons. Yeah. And some of it was shot with by a documentary photographer. And it is an amazing body of work about how Jim does the incredible job that he does as, in my opinion, being one of the absolute great photojournalists of our era. So that's, one, if you haven't seen the movie about James Knockway, go take a look at it. It's amazing.
How about you, Zach? You're gonna check out Master of Photography. Does this intrigue you?
I'm not a huge competition reality show person, and I'm guessing that most of these are photographers. I'm looking at the Alex Glib, great photographers, David LaChapelle, but not necessarily my vein. I'm sure I'll give it a look, but like I said, I'm not huge into them. I am very happy that they are bringing this into kind of the world, because I'm sick and tired of like almost every other career field has like a couple TV shows under their belts. Like you said, Rick, like photographers, doctors, doctors and lawyers have tons, but photographers who usually are the ones. I mean, the problem is that usually we're seen as as it's paparazzi. That's the only way we're ever portrayed in the media. So that's actually one thing I'm happy. I hope that they don't have some sort of like paparazzi competition or something. But anything that can kind of push the idea of respect for our work, I support. So.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's, having like a 1 hour high stakes drama about photojournalists, videographers, like trying to capture the shot. Zach, let's collaborate on that after this. We'll get that script going. Try and sell it to a major company.
I mean, it's unfortunate because there's been a lot of films about photojournalists, but usually they're kind of terrible. I mean, Salvador was the only one that I kind of think of that was actually good.
What about City of God?
I never see City of God as about a photojournalist. It's about a kid becoming a photojournalist. So I love that film. It's one of my favorite films of all time. But I don't see it kind of like the guy that has the job that's just trying to make ends meet. I mean, like it's what was it? The Bang Bang Club. Great book. Horrible film. I still watch it all the time. But I just think it's like it's just not a well-made film overall. It kind of like lost a lot of the emotion of the book. Like I feel like there's so many stories to be able to be told around it, and to me, a photographer is a really great person to tell that story because we literally have to physically be in the middle of whatever's going on. So like I'm kind of always perplexed that there's so few stories about. You'll always hear about there'll be a movie about the lawyer that got involved in this massive lawsuit or something like that. But for some reason, even journalists in general, it's very rare that you find stories that are about them that aren't showing them in a bad light. Outside of like Spotlight, I can't really think of the last film that showed journalists in general as in a good light.
Yeah. Well, let me check out City of Men. That's the sequel to City of God.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but maybe it explores the subject matter further.
It's not as good, but it's okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Too bad. Yeah, I mean, I tend to watch more documentaries about, the field, like either fictional representations or the competition shows. I don't know. It's just what I've seemed to have watched, because I think the real world stuff is more interesting than the fake sort of fake drama. But again, I've never really watched an actual full series. Apparently, there's one called The Shot from like 2007. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that one. But
never watched it, but I heard of it when it came out. But yeah.
But I think if it's done well, I would definitely watch it. There's a couple like I watched some food competition shows. And those can be pretty exciting. But I think our field is done right. Very interesting to watch.
I think it'd be fascinating to do a crossover of something like what's the RuPaul's one or one of the models or the fashion ones to be able to have a crossover of the photographers that are shooting these scenes are also competing or something like that, to be able to drag some people that aren't photographers into actually watch this. Now, but maybe I can do that as the pitch for next season. So if I ever wanted to film a reality show.
We're talking about creating like a show about, photographers and whatnot. I want to see a show about the people who make behind-the-scenes documentaries on movie sets. Just that group of people.
We can start getting meta. Start doing a reality show about people who do podcasts about photographers.
Ooh, wow.
Starring Starkey and starring Zach and starring... Yeah, no.
I like it.
Not do that. No.
Rick, if they did a show about you, what would you want? Has anybody done a thing about Rick Friedman? Has anybody done, the life and times of Rick Friedman?
No, nobody's done that.
No. No, but you've never had documentary film crew follow you around for like a week and kind of...
No, I've had an assortment of interviews, but never really had a documentary film crew follow me. They did. They spent a lot of time standing around waiting for things to happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, our motto is hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Photo Brigade is actually doing something pretty cool, showing behind the scenes how photographers, how photojournalists work, and that they're using Snapchat to essentially like show the story of the photographer doing their job from the photographer's point of view. And I just saw one that they posted a few days ago that was really interesting. Just seeing how an intern does their work. They shoot something, they upload it, and it's almost cathartic because that's what I used to do, and it's neat to kind of see that. And I think Snapchat is actually a tool which I didn't know how to use or what to do with it. It just sort of sat on my phone, and I had an account, and I didn't know what to do. And then I realized it's great for telling like a story over the course of a day or over the course of an event or something like that, and tying it all together. Because at the end of the day, you got this cute little snap story, which kind of it's like on-the-fly video editing, sort of, but you're creating a piece, and it just, if you're on the Snapchat, it exists for that period of time, or you can download it and, share it and stuff like that, which I think is valuable. So it's interesting what is out there. We're creating our own entertainment, our own show with these different mediums. So it's neat to see how it evolves. But I'm definitely going to check out the show. I'd love to get. I think in the future, probably somebody from the show. The only name I even barely recognize from this cast list is LaChapelle, because I've heard his name before. But unfortunately, it seems like it's going to be tough to watch this show unless you have a Sky Arts account or something like that. But it comes out July 21st. That's when the first episode airs. So hopefully somebody puts it on YouTube. Or another medium, which I can get it. And maybe Netflix. I'll watch it on Netflix when it comes out. Maybe they'll put that whole season on there. That'd be great. But that's pretty much it. Anybody else have anything to add about photography as entertainment? Rick? Zach?
It is entertainment. I go to work every day, and it's my own entertainment.
That's right.
Whenever we talk about anything, whether it be documentaries or film or whatever, I always plug this series, HBO's Witness series. Probably the best portrayal documentary series about photographers. They actually go out and interview them while they're doing their work. It's how I got to know Eros Hoagland, one of previous guests we've had, and a couple other photographers. And it's really fascinating because they also use their photos, use their video. They have audio that's hooked up to them, and it's just amazingly well done and actually fascinating the way that kind of people go about their stories and how they look at their work. And the interviews are actually interesting as well. Just not even like how it's shot and music and everything. So I always pitch that. I think it's probably the 12th time on this podcast that I've talked about that show, but it's one of my favorites.
We're going to get that supercut of all the things I've pitched or talked about the same experience.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's good. It's impactful. So I want to close out the bonus segment. We had some audio issues. At least I thought on the main show. We didn't. That was just the voices in my head. So, Rick, please, by all means, tell us all about the stuff coming up that we need to pay attention to that you are a part of.
Well, we've got a location lighting workshop coming up on July 14th out in Holyoke, Mass. at the Hunt Store. And then on September 7th, I believe. I'll have to look up the exact date. On the 7th, yes, okay. On the 17th, I'm being told. On September 17th, we'll be doing another hands-on location lighting workshop at Unique Photo in Fairfield, New Jersey. I will be doing some presentations at Photo Plus in New York. And let me see, what else? We'll be going over to London to do some things with SWPP, doing some location lighting workshops over there. And if you follow us at rickfriedman.com, we'll post some other things that we're going to be doing. We recently did a location lighting workshop part 2 here in our studio, and depending on my filming schedule, we'll be doing another one. So take a look at that. You can follow us on Facebook at Rick Friedman, on Instagram and Twitter at Rick Friedman Pics. And thanks so much for having me. It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Great having you on the show, Rick, again, as always, and you're always welcome back.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Have a wonderful evening.
All right. Thank you. Yes, great conversation. All right, thanks again, everybody, for listening to the show and supporting it if you do, and please tell a friend. Again, this has been Dave Murphy for Zach Roberts and Rick Friedman, and this has been the bonus topic for Around the Lens, episode 22, and we're out.